1,000,001, 1,000,002, 1,000,003, 1,000,004, 1,000,005, 1,000,006, 1,000,007, 1,000,008, 1,000,000. 1,000,009. That is a new record. Hey guys, and welcome to the Mr. Gray Live Show. I am, of course, your host, Mr. Gray, and today I'm going to be your creative pilot as we journey into imagination land. So stick around, guys, for the next hours, and I'm going to teach you guys how to draw cartoons in a simple, fun, fantastical, step-by-step process right here on this shiny whiteboard. So if it's your first time joining the Mr. Gray Live Show, you can do one of two things. You can either A, get your pencils, crayons, markers, and pickle juice, draw along with me, or you can get your ice creams, popcorns, snickety snacks, and you can just hang out, eat some food, have some fun, because we're all about positivity here. All positivity. So, before we get into that, let's go to Producer Rosie to find out what tonight's theme is. Producer Rosie? Dragons! I was going to do a dragon noise, but I don't know. That's my dragon noise. Tonight is dragons, and it is picked by you guys last week. So everything we draw here on the Mr. Gray Live Show is picked by you guys. So if you want to know how that works, stick around for the show and check out the Whimsical Wheel of Whimsy, and you'll find out how we do it. So before we get this show on the road, we're going to have to get rid of this guy. So 1, 2, 3. That's how you get rid of dragons. I hope the dragon disappeared. I shot him pretty well with my booger gun. Anyways, welcome to the Mr. Gray Live Show, guys. I'm Mr. Gray, and before we get into this drawing, give you guys a couple seconds to get your papers together, your markers together. I have mine perfectly handy in my pocket, which works out perfectly. And I hope you guys have fun, and if you want to do me a favor and share the video to everybody right now, and let's get the Mr. Gray Live Show going around the planet, and then eventually the galaxy. But let's start with planet Earth. And I'm just stalling to give you guys time. So hurry, get your papers, get them out. Tonight is dragon themes, which means there will be a dragon. But if you guys saw that dragon that was up there, it was part dragon, part turtle, which means I'm going on forever, aren't I? Anyways, all dragon theme tonight. Let's get into it. You know what? Let's start with that dragon turtle. He was cute. All right, if you want to draw along with me, make sure your paper is vertical on this one, and let's get into it. So, to start our dragon turtle, you want to start on the left-hand side of the paper with, you guessed it, a nice squeaky eyeball. Once you got your first squeaky eyeball, you can go ahead and add a second squeaky eyeball. You know it's going to be a good day when you got nice squeak action going. Alright, so right off the left eyeball, you're going to do one curved little line just like that. And then, right here, what's that? That's his nostril from the other side of his face. Alright, so from that nostril, we're actually going to loop just like that into his mouth. And let's end it with a cheek, because you guys know it's always best to end it with a cheek. Makes him look super happy. Alright, let's add a nostril right here. So all we're going to do for that is an upside down U. Not U, the letter U. Okay, so right here, let's make this fire-breathing dragon turtle cross-eyed. Alright, once you got your eyeballs in there, you can go up on the left eyeball and add our famous eye thingy. And then, this is my favorite line. Don't know why it's my favorite, but I love doing it. You're going to go from the top of the eye thingy into his neck, just like that. And then he's going to be breathing fire. So what we're going to do here is you're going to do one curved line just like that. And then let's go ahead and close that off. And now, to make it easy for you guys, I guess easy for me, right? We're just going to go ahead and do that. But if you're at home, color that in a nice, solid black. Okay, so now you're going to follow this same line, just like that. And then you're going to round that right into his cute little fire-breathing mouth. All right, so once we have all the awesome pieces for our face, let's get into our neck and body. All right, so right here where your two necklines meet, you're just gonna add another curved line. And then two, let's call them half circles, above and below. Okay, so if you saw the little thumbnail we just showed you, he has a little dragon wing. So I'm gonna actually draw the dragon wing first, and then we'll draw the turtle shell. So you wanna picture the dragon wing right about here, and a shell like this, right? So you always wanna picture your drawing as you draw it. So let's do a nice curved line like that. And that's gonna be the first spike. I'm gonna round it off, make this turtle a little less frightening. And then you're gonna curve the top of the wing just like that. And then again, just like this is my favorite line, I love drawing this next line. You go 1, 2, 3, and that can also be the same technique you use for a bat wing, but maybe not Batman's bat wing, like a real bat's wing. Anywho, let's go to the left of our turtle neck shell. Now, I do apologize if my big old body gets in front of the camera, but I'm gonna do one round shell. Get out of the way. All right. There's our little shell. Okay, and then what I like to do with my turtle shells is two soft little rounded bottom pieces. All right, so now we're gonna repeat this same shape back here, but a little this way, right? And then let's go ahead and do one of these guys. It's our scary bat wings. And before we get on to the turtle dragon feet, let's add his dragon tail. And if you guys are wondering what the heck is Mr. Gray drawing and you're just joining us, tonight's theme is dragon theme, which means everything I draw tonight will either A, be a dragon, or B, some type of dragon hybrid. All right, so right here we're gonna do a little rounded triangle. And then let's do his feet. So one straight line just like that. And then let's round that bottom part. Look at his cute little feet. Just shuffling along everywhere. All right, so he has dragon feet, so we need to add some dragon nails. We're gonna add two. Let's do two just to simplify it. And then you're gonna curve that, and then that eventually is gonna go back into his body. So this bad boy right here, we're gonna create this 3 more times. So I'm just gonna power through. If you wanna race me, last one is a rotten egg, as they say. Bam, 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 bam. And if you notice, I'm doing these back ones rather quickly because really at the end of the day, your brain will just piece it all together. And then if you've seen any of my coloring books, you will notice that I like to draw little drop shadows. And again, so you guys aren't watching me for a million years, I'm just gonna go through and add little, you know what, let's try to go with the word big tonight. Big lines. But if you're at home, make that a nice solid black. Okay, so now it is time for me to switch from my thick marker into my theta marker, just like this. And I like to use a thin marker to do the detail. I think it gives the character a lot more character. Okay, let's start up here on the head. The head? Did I say that word right? 2 lines. Oh boy. Let's just Let's get that marker out of here. It is dead. R.I.P. to that marker. Okay. Let's test this one out. Ooh, nice and fresh. Okay. Right here in our nostril, you're going to add another, let's just call it a sideways capital D, and then color the inside part. And then you know what? I'm going to add some extra detail here, like the little underbelly of a dragon. And I'm going to add some more dots along his head. Okay, so let's go to the wing. The wing, you're just going to add, from here, you're going to add a line, and as you go, you just want to make sure you break that line up. Little lines, little dots. And then you're going to go swoosh, swoosh. And I advise not to make it perfect. Subtle is always the best. It's always your best friend. Before we design this turtle shell, let's go ahead and put a nice straight little line here. And then let's just fill in our turtle shell. So this part doesn't have to be exactly as mine. You cannot mess this up. Just draw, just draw some little shapey shapes. And then you can go around and add some parallel lines to make it look like it has some contour to it. Let's go down to the legs and add 3 lines. That way it kind of looks like a lizard. Maybe some lines on his feet, like they're dry and cracked. He hasn't been lotioning his feet in a while. And then just for kicks, let's add some dots all around this bad boy. Oh boy, you know what we're missing? Last but not least, this is a fire-breathing turtle dragon. So let's make some fire. So what I like to do is I like to make my V first. And then once I have that in here, I just get crazy with it. Get crazy. And then I like to add little pieces of fire. You can't get too crazy with it. And then lastly, guys, the most important thing to do when you finish your masterpiece, go ahead and sign that bad boy. And that is how you draw a turtle, a fire-breathing turtle dragon. That's what they look like. They existed 32 million years ago. Their diet consisted of pebbles and fruit roll-ups. Turns out fruit roll-up has been along for a very long time. Probably why they're really hard to eat. They're super old. Every single one of those fruit roll-ups that you eat. Shout out to Fruit Roll-Up. I don't know if you guys are still popular anymore. If you're wondering who I am Mr. Gray. I'm a cartoonist and I make super awesome coloring books. If you haven't seen it flash around on the screen, I do. They're awesome. I know you would love them. And they're super thick because when I was a kid, the one thing I didn't like about coloring books is they were paper thin. There was like 10 drawings. I'm like, come on. Even as a kid, I knew someone was pulling a fast one on me. Then I got older. Like, mathematically I was older, but I don't think this got older. And I created coloring books and I made them like 100 times the size of a regular coloring book. So, check it out. They're super awesome. I hope you guys are having fun. And don't forget to put your comments in immediately. Put your comments in. I should probably tell you what the comments are for. Put your theme, put your comment, throw your theme in the comment. Yes. Put your themes in the comments and I will pick one at the end of the show on a super fancy wheel. That's how we got dragons by you guys. So if you want to see me draw something, whether it's mermaids or whatever, put it in the comment section and we will get to it. So, what do you guys say? You guys say we start drawing again? I think so. It's in my pocket. Sometimes you forget where your eraser is. All right. Bye-bye, turtle. Man. Or woman. Could be a woman. I don't know how turtles work. And or dragons. Ooh, I really drew that on there thick, didn't I? Yes, I did. There we go. All right. If you want to draw along with me on this next one, I super advise it. You'll have a lot of fun. You can tell your friends. Oh, speaking of which, if you do draw along with me, don't forget to message me right here on Facebook. Send me your drawings, and I'll post them on my website, QuickDrawMcDrew.com. I have an awesome section for you guys. It's pretty sweet. All your guys' drawings are there, and they are all masterpieces. All right. You know what? Let's go ahead and do a pelican dragon. So this next drawing is half pelican, half dragon. Get out your papers, get out your markers, start your engines, and let's get into it. You guys ready? Okay. To start your pelican, you want to make sure your paper is horizontal. Here's the thing about the pelican. I'm going to give him a really big mouth. So when you draw on your paper, just make sure you leave room for it. Let's start right about here with a nice squeaky eyeball. Once you have the eyeball, before you do the next one, you're just going to add a little ridge for his nose. And you know what? Let's go ahead and finish his mouth before we do the next eyeball so you guys can see how this is working out. So you're going to do one straight line just like that. And then bring that up right into a smiling little cheek. All right, so right here next to the left eye or the right eyeball, now we can add the next eyeball. And then here we're gonna add in the big old mouth, just like that. Now before we go on to the next part, maybe we can get a little closer on this guy. Just so we could see the detail. I wanted you to see the nice big old head. Right above the left eye, let's add the little eye thingy, just like that. Okay, so I'm actually gonna give this pelican a silly haircut. It appears, let me see if I can, okay, let's just continue with this. All right, so once we get to the right side of his head, we're gonna add a little wing to the side of his head. And if you guys are wondering, it does appear that camera 2 is down, but it's fine. We'll keep going. We got camera 1. We're gonna power through. Okay, so now on the other side, we're gonna add the same little silly little wing we got going on here. And you know we're gonna have to make him cross-eyed. It's my favorite. We should probably put it in the top of his head, just like that. Do a little dance. Okay, so now we're gonna give him a tiny neck and a tiny body. We're gonna keep his head really nice and big. So right from here, you're gonna do a straight line, just like that. And then how I like to do my pelicans, I like to give them a square body. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go halfway, just like that. But before we do any more, we wanna add in the wing, and we're gonna approach it the same way that we did the turtle. So let's go ahead and let's start here. And we're gonna add a little spike at the end. And I'm gonna round it off again just to make him less frightening. And then, same thing we did on the last one. You're gonna loop the wing just like that. And then you guys know what's coming next. My favorite line. 1, 2, 3. There it is. Big heads, little bodies again. That was a fun theme. Let's hide the next wing right here. And then, remember I said I like to give the pelican a square body? So let's put one line out here. His tail's gonna come out of there, but we're gonna come back around to that. We're gonna do a nice rounded square, just like this. Really round off that pelican's body. And then I'm gonna give him the sail. All their tails tonight are gonna be the same basic shape. So you're gonna go like this, and you always wanna go thick to thin. Remember, there are no mistakes. If anything, you gave it more character. Let's go ahead and add a nice rounded triangle at the end. And then let's go ahead and go down to the feet now. So for the feet, I like to do 2 lines going towards each other like a triangle. And then I like to add these little fluffy cloud things at the bottom. And then let's go ahead and add another one. Just like that. Okay, so for the feet, it's going to be similar to a bird's feet, but we're only going to put 1 toe and 1 claw. So let me get in front of you guys for a second. So you're going to draw parallel vertical lines. And then you're going to round this part and you're going to come straight across just like that. And remember, 1 toe, 1 spike. And then, so we know he's safely planted on the ground, a nice little, I was supposed to say big, drop shadow. Okay, so now that we have our pelican dragon all blocked out, I'm going to switch from my thick marker to my thin marker. Okay, so how about we start with the little side wings on his head. So I'm just going to follow along like this. And then maybe we can add one there, just like that. And then right between his eyes, you're going to put a little oval, and you're going to color in the right side of the nostril, just like that. What else could we do? How about we go down to his belly and add... That was a tiny squeak. I don't know if the mic picked it up, but... that was the cutest of squeaks. You guys missed it. Alright, so that's a little dragon underbelly we got going on there. And then we're going to do the same detail we did right here on the wings. Remember we did it on the turtle? And then 1, 2, and again, try not to make these perfect and try not to connect both points. Gives it a better feel when it's a little looser. And then I think lastly what we need to do is go around and add some dots. Little pieces of hair. Just stick them every which way. You can do my favorite piece of hair, which is a little curly hair. And what I think instead of the fire, let's just do little poofs of smoke. Like he's just blowing it out of his nose. And then lastly, don't forget to sign your masterpiece. And that, my friends, is how you draw a pelican dragon. Dragonkin. Pelagon. That sounds like a shape. Am I thinking pentagon? I think so. But this is a pelican. His name is Peter. Peter the Pelican. If you don't believe me, his name is Peter the Pelican? That's Peter the Pelican. See, it says it there. That's how you know it's true. It's real. Hope you guys are having fun here on the Mr. Gray Live Show. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to throw your themes to the right of me Don't forget to draw along with me, but if you aren't up for it, I understand, but I highly suggest you draw along with me. It's a lot of fun. You're gonna have fun, I'm gonna have fun, we're all gonna have fun. It doesn't have to be perfect. All that matters is that you are having fun. And if you guys want to be extra awesome and support the Mr. Gray Live show, feel free to share it right now. Share it to everybody on Facebook. Tell them whatever you're doing, come watch the Mr. Gray Live show, because we're all about positivity here, creativity, sillativity. What did he just say? Sillativity, that's right. It's when silliness meets creativity. Sillativity. There's enough craziness happening in this world. But here, I'm the only crazy one. But it's a good kind of crazy. Hopefully. Any hoosers. What do you guys say we get into the next drawing? We have 30 minutes left with the Mr. Gray Live show. Everyone say bye to Peter the Pelican. Bye, Peter. It's been real. You were my best friend, Peter. Peter was my best friend till Peter left me. Now my next best friend is whatever we're gonna draw. Okay. I'm ready. Are you ready? How about... let's do an easier one. Let's do a monkey. A monkey dragon. And don't forget, folks, everything I draw here is chosen by you. And if you want to know how to get down on that, just start throwing your theme in. It could be anything except copyrighted characters. All originals here. So if you want me to draw Captain America, I could draw you a captain, but not Captain America. Anywho, let's get into this. If you are drawing along with me at home, you want to make sure your paper is vertical on this one. Get out your handy dandy marker and let's draw a fire breathing monkey. So before we draw the eye, let's start right here with the nose. Once you have his nose in here, we can go ahead and draw the first eyeball just like this, followed by the next eyeball. That's a nice big eyeball. I went real big on that eyeball. But we're gonna make him a sneaky dragon monkey, and if you guys remember how to do sneaky eyes, I know you do. 2 horizontal lines. Just like that. We're gonna have him looking off. He's a little fire breathing monkey. Alright, on the top of the left eye, you're gonna add in our eye thingy just like that. Okay, so I'm thinking the next route to go is the ear. So right here, we're gonna draw a big ol' ear. And remember, it's a monkey, so you can't go too big with the ears. And then I'm just gonna add the little inside of his ear, just like that. And then, let's go to the top of his head, and instead of one line, you're gonna draw one line like this, almost like a butt head, like his head's a butt, just like that. And then we can draw 1 horn and 2 horns. Alright, so this next line is gonna go from the side of his eyeball all the way to his ear, so I'm gonna get in front of it just to get it as round as I can. Pretty big monkey head we got going on here. And now we need to add his ear on the other side. And then I'm gonna add a little curved line as well. So this is a really cool monkey blowing his fire, but like real nonchalant like. So what you're gonna do here on the left side of his mouth is you're gonna draw little oval just like that. You guys can already see it. And then you're gonna add in a curved line and color the right side of his mouth. And then what we're going to do around here is we're just going to add a line that follows the curves of his mouth. Silly little monkey. Okay. Now I'm going to go to the right side of his head, and we're going to add in just a neck. We're only doing the head of this dragon monkey. You could even add a little shoulder, simulate it. But we're going to end it right there on the shoulder. And then let's add the other part of his neck. Now I'm going to stop halfway. That's because I love to give my animals big Adam's apples. Just a half circle. And so that's going to be the basic shape for our dragon monkey. So now we're going to switch to a thinner marker, and we're going to go around and add some detail. And that's how we're going to breathe life into this. Okay, so starting with the nostril, you're going to add 2 ovals, and you're going to color the right side just like this. Now it's a monkey, so we're gonna change this to a different color in our head, right? This is dark brown, this is light brown. Let's add some spikes on the neck. We can go around here, and I like to give these dragons these little reptilian spots. We can add some on his head. Just like that. And you know what? Let's go ahead and add some cotton stuffed in his ears. You know, monkeys can't use Q-tips, so that's just a whole bunch of dirty, nasty earwax and other things. You can make it hairy. Now I'm gonna go around and add some dots. Give our dragon monkey some texture. And little pieces of hair. And last but not least, we need to add some fire. So again, I'm going to start with a little V, just like that. And then I'm just going to get crazy with it. Add little pieces here. You could even have one go over here. You could draw some motion lines. Just like that. And that's our fire-breathing dragon monkey. And remember, the last thing to do is to sign your masterpiece. And that, guys, is how you draw a dragon monkey. Dragon monkey. That's a dragon monkey. I'm Mr. Gray, if you're joining us for the first time. Welcome to the Mr. Gray Live Show. We are here every single week, Wednesdays, 7 o'clock on Facebook Live. And I teach you guys how to draw all these silly animals or creatures or whatever you guys come up with. Because remember, you decide what we draw. So if you want to get in on that, start throwing in your theme. And at the end, we're going to have a big wheel. And we're going to find out what fate has us drawing next week. Hopefully it's not something super hard. Because then maybe I'll be sick for some reason. Anyways, I hope you guys are having fun. I'm having a blast. As always, it's my favorite thing to do. If you are drawing along with me and you're just snacking on something, shout it out. I'd love to know what everyone's snacking on right now. Hope it's chips and salsa. I do love chips and salsa. Some guac. Hey, you see that? You guys see that? I just saw it. Throw it up again. That's coming up soon. It's colorful. It's awesome. We're going to put your themes on it, and it spins. It's so cool. Makes a sound and everything. That happens at the end of the show, so stick around. Your theme might get picked. Any hoosers, You guys ready for another one? I know I am. Let's get into it. Oof. Huey's World. Jeff. I can't believe you know about my super secret project. I do remember at one point in time, though, I'm pretty sure I pulled out that binder. There is a tiny number of people on this planet that know about that. And I guess anyone who's on that stream. Whoopsie doopsies. That is not how you keep a secret, folks. If you want to keep a secret, don't go live and tell that secret. Tip number 1 on the Mr. Gray Live show. Anywho, I'm Mr. Gray. This is a whiteboard. This is a marker. We're drawing dragons, sort of. You know what? Let's draw a dragon. It's dragon themes. Let's draw a dragon. Dragon. All right, if you're drawing along with me at home, paper, horizontal, marker in your hand. You're going to start with an eyeball. Right about here. Once you get your first eyeball, go ahead and put in that second eyeball. Once you get your second eyeball, you can put a little curved little line for his snout. All right, from that line though, all jokes aside, let's get serious here. We're gonna go whoop, just like that, into his cheek, little cheek. This is gonna be a super happy dragon, by the way, so if anybody was expecting a super evil dragon, I don't apologize, because he's gonna be super cute. Okay, now let's go to the top of his left eye, add in our little eye thingy. Before we do the top of his head, let's go ahead and add a little pointy ear for our little cute little dragon. Call him, I'll think of a name, get back to you. All right, we're gonna do a little butt head. See the butt? Let's do little butt cheeks. Okay, now over here, we're gonna draw on another spiky ear. From our right spiky ear, we're gonna draw our neck. Just like that. Starting to look like one of our drafts. But I promise it's a dragon. It will make sense in due time. Let's just go ahead and start making that make sense now. You can add a little line for the inside of his ear, and you guessed it, a little line for the inside of his ear. And you guys know I like to make all my animals cross-eyed. I'm sure they love me for that. All right, a sideways capital D. You guys know the alphabet. Color the right side of it. For a second, I forgot what right side was called. And then I figured it out because I'm super smart. Okay, up here, we're gonna draw our first curved little horn, followed by a second curved little horn. If anybody ever wants to write down how many times Mr. Gray says little, we could do like a wager, a bet. I don't know what word I'm looking for. Okay, we're gonna draw our wing the same way we did it for all the other ones. So, you guys know how to do this. Curve up, and we're gonna add a little spike. And then, you're gonna curve the wing. And my favorite part is coming. You guys ready? 1, 2, trace. He is not scary. Okay. Let's go ahead and draw his back. And it's very similar to a turtle shell. Now I'm gonna envision the line going behind. So you wanna do the same thing. And that is gonna go maybe right about here-ish. So that'll be like his little hump. Animals with unibrows? I'm sorry, I just saw that, but that's pretty hilarious. Okay, before we get to the tail, let's go over here and draw our leg. So that's gonna be the front part of his thigh, back part of his leg, and that is gonna curve, into the back of his foot, and then we're gonna come straight across. That's gonna be his big foot, and again, we're just gonna do 2 little spiky toes to make it easier for you guys, and for me, frankly. All right, so now we're gonna go to right about here. And we're gonna draw his little front paws. So I curve that, and then we're gonna do this. We're gonna create the same foot, but we're gonna make it a lot smaller. Just like that. And then from his neck, you're gonna go into his belly, into his belly, into his back, and then these two lines are gonna be his tail. And remember, we are drawing the same tail as all the dragons tonight. Simplify, as they say. Nice little rounded triangle, just like that. And then I'm gonna repeat these steps 2 more times, or 1 time a piece. I am good at making simple things sound complicated. It's my expertise. Should win an award in that. Super complicated award. Okay, so I am gonna put him on the ground because he is not flying today because it's Monday and he is not flying on a Monday. And then if you're at home, you want to make sure to color this in a nice rich black. But as you guys already know, for your sake, for my sake, we're just gonna draw big lines. If you're wondering why I scream big so much, that's because I caught myself from saying little. Anywho, okay, so now we're gonna switch to a thinner marker. So if you're at home and you do have different line widths, different markers, that'd be great. If you don't, it's okay. Your masterpiece is still gonna be a masterpiece, no matter what. Okay, so let's start here. And let's add some scary teeth, because he is a super scary dragon. Let's add the separation of his underbelly. And that's gonna go into the first part of his tail. And then we've all seen these little lines. The lines under his underbelly. Scary dragon. Let's go ahead and add 3 little dashes for his kneecaps. Again, this dragon never heard about lotion, so he is cracking everywhere, cracking on his feet. Remember guys, lotion. Keep your skin nice and healthy. If not, you're gonna have cracked knees like this dragon. That is Mr. Gray's tip number 2 on the Mr. Gray Live Show. Tip number 1 is something. Oh, secrets. Don't tell secrets on a live show. You guys want to hear a secret? Oh boy, here's my secret. We forgot the other wing, but it's okay. We can still add it. All right, so right here, you're gonna add 2 little dashes. That is his tail. That is his dragon tail. Okay, so we're gonna repeat the same shape, but right back here. Just like that. And then again, I'm gonna go back to the thinner marker. And then we're gonna add little texture dots all around. And then I like to give them my little reptilian dots, circles. Add some here. Just gives it a more texture. Maybe some on the back. And then maybe we'll add some hair. Just sticking off here. Nice hairy dragon. All right. And lastly, don't forget to sign your masterpiece. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign it right there. And that is how you draw a non-fire breathing dragon. He's not breathing fire today. It's the weekend and he doesn't breathe fire on the weekends. Only on Monday, but even then he doesn't do it either. He's only breathed fire one time. But he loves being a dragon. I hope you guys are having fun on the Mr. Gray Live Show. I hope you're drawing along with me. And if you are, don't forget to message me right here on Facebook. Send me your drawings, and I will share them with the world and show everybody how amazing your drawing is. Because I know there's multiple drawings. And I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Remember, if you guys are having a bad day, you can always come here every Wednesday and join me on the Mr. Gray Live Show. We're all about positivity here and creativity. But if you just want to hang out and watch something non-negative, this is the place for you. Looks like we got 10 minutes left on the Mr. Gray Live Show. I'm thinking we could squeeze one more drawing in, and then we're going to bring out the whimsical wheel of whimsy, and we are going to add your themes to find out what I'm drawing next week, right here. So let's go ahead and power through this next one. Well, not too fast. I won't go too fast. But we have enough time to fit one more drawing. All right. One more drawing, and then the whimsical wheel of whimsy. So if you haven't put in your theme in yet and you want me to draw something, start putting it in now. Okay. If you are drawing along with me at home, make sure your paper is horizontal. And we are going to draw a dragon whale. So to do that, put in your first eyeball. Once you have your first eyeball, you're going to follow it by a second eyeball. And then you're going to draw a straight little angled line like that. Now this next part of my whale is my favorite. So we're actually going to draw the mouth the reverse way that we usually do it. So you're going to start here. That way we get a nice big silly smirk. And let's just end this with a cheek. Let's also make him cross-eyed. We can add an eye thingy above the left eye. And then I'm going to square off the top of his head. So I'm going to do half of a line, and then we'll stop and I'll explain. So I'm going to go up, curve. So I'm stopping here because that is where we're going to add our dragon wing. So at this point, you guys are already professional dragon wing drawers. So you're going to curve it up. Add our first spike. Curved line like that. And then my favorite part. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to have to get in front of you for a second, but this line is going to curve back into his tail. Okay, so now we're going to go to the left side of his mouth, and we're going to add in his belly. And it's a dragon whale right now, guys. Silly dragon whale. Okay, so now we're going to go from this line, and it's going to go all the way to connecting right about here. Let's see if I can reach that line. So you're going to curve all the way and meet his friend right there. And that is how you get your big old whale. And then just like all the other tails, we're going to do it the same way. A soft little rounded triangle. And then, let's see, his wings here. Let's have a little wing peeking out here. That'll work. And then up here, I'm going to add sideways oval. And then in this one, we're going to color in the bottom. And I think we're about ready to switch to our smaller marker. But before we do that, let's go ahead and put some water down here. All right, so I'm going to switch from my thick marker to my thinner marker. And let's start giving this whale some character. So from here, let's add the underbelly. very similar to an alligator. Or a dragon, I guess would be a better example, since we are drawing dragons tonight. And don't forget, guys, we are bringing out the Whimsical Wheel of Whimsy here in about 3 minutes. So get your themes in. All right, so along the back side, I'm going to add some circles. And then go around and add some texture dots. Just all along our circles. And then same technique we've been doing with the wing, just kind of follow along very roughly. And then add your 2 lines. And then the best part about this dragon whale is the fire actually comes out of his blowhole. So for the fire, I like to start with a V, and then just kind of get crazy with your fire. And then you can add some motion lines. And that is how you draw a fire-breathing whale. But before we finish, we have to sign our masterpiece. So I'm going to sign it here, and then I'm going to say that is how you draw a dragon whale, a whale dragon. I hope you guys have had fun here on the Mr. Gray Live Show. I am, of course, Mr. Whale. That is Mr. Gray. This is the Mr. Gray Live Show. We are both happier here, and I think it's about that time. It's about that time. Anyone else want to put in some last minute themes? We have 2 more spots. 2 more spots for next week's theme. We're about to bring out the Whimsical Wheel of Whimsy. So throw in your themes right now. What do you want to see Mr. Gray draw? We have 2 slots left. Going once, going twice. That's it, because we have 2. Could be banana pirates. It could be, I don't know. Whatever you want to see me draw right here on the whiteboard. Maybe there's something you want to learn how to draw. Put it in the theme, and I'll show you how to draw it. Next Wednesday, 7 o'clock, you, me, whiteboard, markers, and hopefully camera number 2. Camera number 2, RIP. I miss you, camera 2. You will be in my thoughts. Shout out to camera 1, though. Are we good? Time for the Whimsical Wheel of Whimsy. I think we're ready, guys. Who's ready to find out what next week's theme is? Are you guys ready? Or is everybody doing a drum roll? Drum roll. All right, you guys ready? It is time for the Whimsical Wheel of Whimsy. That's right. This is the Whimsical Wheel of Whimsy, and let's find out our themes for this week to be picked next week. Oh, it's a pretty drawing on it too. Okay, we got some reoccurring ones I see here. I'm all about it though. Remember, if yours didn't get picked last week, keep putting it on here and you never know. So we got mythical creatures. We have Wild West. And please forgive my terrible writing and spelling skills. We have, what is that? Balloon animals. Robots. Bow, bow, bow. Exotic birds. They only vacation to exotic places. Aw, baby animals. Cute little baby animals. What's next week gonna be? What is that? Oh, animals with unibrows. I think I said that one too, huh? With unibrows. Crazy birds. It's like Angry Birds, but they're crazy. Animals. Silly. I'm guessing. Oh, animals' silly faces. Animals on skates. Digging it. Digging it. That's skates somehow. Animals wearing turtle shells. I like how specific that is. Animals wearing turtle shells. What is this next one? Extinct animals. That's cool. Extinct animals. And banana pirates. That's mine. Banana pirates. I'll take it though. And I'm going to put kitty cats. All right. Let's find out what next week's theme is here on the Mr. Gray Live Show. Here we go, guys. And next Wednesday, here on the Mr. Gray Live Show, you guys are going to learn how to draw extinct animals. Ah, banana pirates was so close. Oh, man. All right, guys, next week, extinct animals here on the Mr. Gray Live Show. So if you guys want to learn how to draw extinct animals, that means they went bye-bye like camera number 2. Join me next week here on the Mr. Gray Live Show, 7 o'clock right here, Facebook, QuickDraw McDrew. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with the whole world. And let's spread this silliness around the world. Let's do it. You and me together. So that is going to do it for me, guys. Scary monsters. That's a good one. Come next week, put it on the board, and it might just get picked. Anyway, guys, I'm Mr. Gray. Remember to stay positive, stay creative, and above all, stay silly. $2 million and 7, 2 million and 8, 2 million and 9, 2 million and 10, 2 million and 11, 2 million. Spin actually gets 3 million points. It's 3 million and 1, 3 million and 2, 3 million and 4, 5, 6, 7. Uh-oh.